What's up guys, Pilot here, and in this video I'm going to show you my OP8 Siren build, the Blurred Pimpster. This build revolves solely around the Pimpernel, the B Shield, and the Blurred Trickster class mod. This loadout together with Phase Lock and Converge, among other skills that I'll explain here, make it a very high damage and impressive build. This loadout is very popular with various other builds and is infamous for its ability to basically bore enemies such as the Bunker and Saturn without actually using zero. If you're not familiar with the Pimpernel, it is a Malawan sniper rifle that creates additional pellets upon impact, as you can see here. With the right build, it can be a very devastating sniper, and it quickly became my go-to gun for such occasions. So this particular loadout, though, I'm using the blue Blurred Trickster class mod, for that extra point into chain reaction. This is purely a personal preference here, and it'll work pretty much the same with a legendary one that only grants 5 points. It's really down to how you want to alternate your skills or anything like that if you do. So the skill tree, I've gone through quite a lot of changes over the past year since starting this build, but the trees you see here are, in my opinion, the most optimal for my playstyle and desires. I'm focusing strongly on keeping my shield up as much as I can, when possible, without sacrificing anything else such as gun damage and phase lock mechanics. Converge is essential to this because when you phase lock an enemy, you're going to want whatever mobs are near him to converge under him, and then the point of making this work so well is you do not shoot the phase locked enemy, you shoot the ones that get converged to him, and that creates a crazy amount of damage with the Pimpernel's pellets and stuff like that. It pretty much, once you see how it works in the video a couple of minutes down the line here, you'll basically pick it up. It's very simple once you know what to do and where to shoot. But here, Kinetic Reflection comes with a Blurred Trickster class mod. It's not too essential. I only put 1 point into it and let the other 5 from the class mod take it, but it still is handy to have. Keeps you going. I like to kind of keep my health up a little bit as well with this. I've got a grog nozzle with me as well, but I like to have the skills where you're kind of constantly keeping up without sacrificing too much damage, which I've got here with Wreck. Res is handy to have. I put Res on just in case I'm playing with other people. It's always nice, it's always friendly to have Res. Sustenance, I kind of alternated between Sustenance and Life Tap, but right now I've kind of went with Sustenance just to keep myself going. Flicker and Foresight, I had to grab them. They're kind of mainstays of most builds, I suppose. The only problem I had was Helios. I didn't really want Helios, to be honest, or Immolate, but I had to pick one of the two to unlock further down the tree, so we went with Helios. We put 4 points into that. It's not essential for this, but extra damage, it's always welcome, I suppose. Cloud Kill, of course. You're gonna have to have Cloud Kill. It's fantastic, especially if you want to absolutely destroy mobs. Now, Chain Reaction. This is where the build comes into its own. Phase lock an enemy, but don't shoot that enemy. Shoot the enemies that get converged next to him, and the ricochet effect, coupled with the pellets from the Pimpernel, will create a crazy amount of damage, and enemies will they will die before you've come out your scope with this. That's how powerful it is. Reaper, again, for increased gun damage, because when you come across a mob and you phase lock one, the guys who get converged, they are going to be over 50% health, so easy. And of course, get Ruin as well. Why not? It's great. It's absolutely devastating. But all these, I've alternated a few as it's gone on, but basically this is how it's kind of pieced itself together, and I'm pretty happy with it. But coming up here, you'll see it in action against some mobs and other things.
victory!